Sometimes on the paths of history, we encounter warriors whose identity is not defined by their lineage or clan, but by their faith and loyalty. They do not become great merely because of their strength and valor, but achieve immortality because they place their faith above their own blood and relationships. Their lives teach us that the toughest battles are not fought with swords or weapons, but against one's own family and emotions. Those warriors who set aside bonds of blood to stand with the truth, and whose every step gave a new direction to the righteous war. There was such a hero even in the epic Ramayana. By birth he was a prince, but by his deeds a protector of righteousness. He possessed courage and strength within him, but above all his heart always leaned towards righteousness. His story teaches us that true valor lies not just in strength, but in unwavering commitment to righteousness. That became his identity. This is the 12th chapter of the great warrior of the ages, Angad. Angad was born to the Vanara king Vali and his wife Tara. Vali, who himself was the son of Indra and possessed unparalleled strength, naturally passed his brilliance on to Angad. The meaning of his name is ornament or armlet. Just as a warrior's armlet is a symbol of his valor, so too did Angad's life become a symbol of courage and righteousness. However, his destiny was shaped not only by strength, but also by the struggles within his family. Vali and Sugriva, the two brothers, became entangled in mutual enmity. Once, while pursuing a cunning demon, Vali entered a cave. Months passed, and Sugriva, who was waiting outside, saw a stream of blood. He thought that Vali had died and sealed the cave. He himself ascended the throne, but Vali returned alive. He saw that his brother was on the throne. Blinded by anger and arrogance, he humiliated Sugriva, exiled him, and even took his wife Ruma under his control. This was Bali's greatest sin, and it was this sin that led him to fall to Lord Rama's arrow. When Lord Rama killed Bali, Bali raised a question as he was dying. "O Rama, what crime have I committed that you killed me in hiding?" This is the most difficult and profound question in the Ramayana. Lord Rama replied, "You have violated Dharma. You have abducted your brother's wife. As a king, you committed injustice, and that is why you became deserving of punishment." In his final moments, Bali accepted that his path was unrighteous and that all of this was necessary to uphold Dharma. On his deathbed, Bali called Angad to his side. He said, "Son, do not think of taking revenge for me. Walk the path of righteousness. Serve Sri Ram, for he is the true embodiment of Dharma." These words were the greatest lesson a father could give. Angad made this teaching the foundation of his life. He understood that his father's true successor would be the one who walked the path of righteousness, not the one consumed by the fire of revenge. Before the war even began, Sri Ram entrusted Angad with a difficult task. He was sent as an envoy to Ravana's court. This was no ordinary task. The entire Vanara army stood before Ram, but to go to the court of a proud king like Ravana and speak the truth could only be done by someone with fearlessness and unwavering self-confidence. When Angad reached the royal court, he said to Ravana without hesitation, "Return Mother Sita and save yourself from this disastrous war." Ravana burst out laughing. The courtiers began to mock him, but Angad did not tolerate their ridicule. He stood in the middle of the assembly and planted his foot firmly into the ground. Then, challenging everyone, he said, "If you have the strength, try to move my foot." One by one, Ravana's generals, warriors, and even his sons tried, but none could move Angad's foot. Then Angad said with a cool smile, "If you must bow, do not bow before this foot. Bow before the feet of Sri Ram." This single incident made Angad's identity clear. He was a warrior who stood firm not just because of his strength, but also because of his unwavering commitment to righteousness. But Angad's role was not limited to this alone. Even before this, he had fulfilled great responsibilities. When the monkey army was sent south to search for Mother Sita, it was Angad who became the leader of that group. Under his leadership, Hanuman, Jambavan, and other brave warriors searched all the way to the seashore. It was from there that Hanuman's journey to Lanka became possible. In other words, Angad made a significant contribution in both the search and in leadership. And when the construction of the Ram Setu took place, Angad was also one of those thousands of monkeys who carried stones and trees to build that bridge. It was not just labor, it was the belief that no difficulty is too great when it comes to the victory of righteousness. After the war began, Angad did not lag behind on the battlefield either. His greatest victory was the slaying of Ravana's son, Narantaka. Narantaka, riding on his chariot, was slaughtering the monkeys. But as soon as Angad confronted him, he brought Narantaka down with his deadly blow. This victory greatly boosted the morale of the monkey army. The tale of this hero teaches us that true strength lies not just in weapons, but in righteousness and devotion. He showed that duty is greater than relationships, and the resolve for truth is the greatest value. And with this, the story of the great warrior of the ages comes to an end. Remember this in the series. History does not end here. There are still many untold tales sleeping within its pages, waiting to be heard. Now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments. Which great warrior touched your heart the most during this entire journey? Your thoughts keep these memories alive. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and just wait. We will be back very soon with the next page of history, where new tales and new great warriors await you. Remember, true valor is shown in righteousness and loyalty. The great warriors of the ages, where every hero is immortal.